Using her 15 years of experience as an entrepreneur, Snowden McFall has written a new book about vital lessons she has learned the hard way. Erickson Blakeney has that story.
In your book, Fired Up, you talk about visualizing success. Explain that to me.
Visualization has been used by famous athletes for decades. All the Olympic athletes that you have heard of have always used it to succeed. In terms of business, visualizing the right outcome, visualizing how you want your business to be a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, it's very important. We have a lot of different techniques in the book, including the concept of a dream collage, where you actually create a collage of exactly how you want everything to be in your business, everything to be in your life, and you look at it every day. We've had some amazing results with that, including myself. I went through that experience in '89.
Right, exactly, because you went from teaching high school and now you run your own advertising firm.
That's right.
So that couldn't have been all that easy, right?
Right. No, it was a big transition. My company is now 15 years old, but you know, it's interesting because teaching and advertising are very similar. You've got a product you have to sell, American History 101, to a market that doesn't want it, 9th grade kids, and you have to come up with a creative way of selling it and testing results. So there were some transitions, but always holding the vision of what I wanted was important.
Right. Okay, now you also talk about the hardcore business lessons that you've learned, you know, in your 15 years as an entrepreneur, and I want to talk about some. And now, many entrepreneurs and small business owners tell me that running their own business is much like having a child in the sense that never grows up, in the sense that they're constantly nurturing it or tending to it. How important is relaxation or just getting away from it all? How important is that to success?
I think it's critical. As you know, we were sharing that I just got back from vacation sailing in the Virgin Islands. Okay. I believe that it's absolutely critical to take time off because you can't stay fresh. Entrepreneurs have a tendency to burn out. I see the type E syndrome happening a lot, particularly with female entrepreneurs, where they try to be everything to everyone and they're not taking care of themselves. I really believe to be effective as a leader and as an entrepreneur, you've got to take a minimum of 2 weeks off and preferably 3 because you need time to recharge, regroup, forget about work, and just have a good time.
You also talk about paying yourself first.
Right, and that's one I had to learn the hard way, I'm afraid, E.B. As an entrepreneur, the tendency is to sink back every single bit of profit, every single bit of income back into the business. But the truth is, if you want to be a long-term successful entrepreneur, you've got to pay yourself first. And you've got to pay yourself a decent amount of money. Because otherwise, that part of you that works and wants to be successful from a financial standpoint and have the nice house and the nice cars or whatever it is that's important to you, or perhaps donate things to charity, you won't have that unless you've taken care of yourself first. I know in my early years, I spent way too much money on very expensive employees and I didn't take care of myself, and I've learned the hard way that it's my retirement plan and it's my financial security that I need to look after first, because bottom line is every entrepreneur usually has to personally guarantee the business anyway, so if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else is going to.
Another interesting point, don't trust the experts.
Oh, I learned that one the hard way. In particular with, and I'm not saying anything negative about accountants, I have a wonderful one now, but when I started my company, many businesses today are subchapter S corporations. For whatever reason, when my attorneys and lawyers worked together with my accountants failed to set it up as a subchapter S, so I couldn't write off the losses the first year. Had several experts that I trusted, and don't trust them, get several referrals, check things out, and your own intuition is your best guide.
Great. Well, those sound like some great tips to run your business by.
That's right.
Okay, Snowden McFall, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you, E.B. It's been a pleasure.
Once again, Snowden McFall is the author of Fired Up. I'm Erickson Blakeney.
Thanks for